Hi guys, welcome to Nerd Bite. So this is going to be my spoiler review for Wrestlemania 32. So I decided to do something about Wrestlemania. I love WWE, I love wrestling, that kind of stuff. We talk about it on the podcast with Josh Jones, but I don't really do anything apart from that. But I decided to start maybe doing a few reviews. I'm going to kick it off with Wrestlemania. I'm hoping to do some more in the future, because I enjoy it and hopefully you like to enjoy what I think about the pay-per-views. So Wrestlemania 32, just got finished watching it last night and it was a pretty awesome pay-per-view. There was some up and down decisions here and there, but overall, solid pay-per-view, quite enjoyable. Obviously, before we begin, there will be spoilers. I will be telling you who's won and who's lost in these matches and what's gone in them. So if you haven't seen the pay-per-view, make sure you go and watch it first. So the pre-show, I'll breeze by this quickly. It started with Kalisto versus Ryback for the US title. I'm kind of annoyed really that this got pushed to the pre-show because originally it was on the main card. The only reason I can think they did that is so they can give The Rock more time with his little speech, which I'll get to later about why I'm just annoyed about that. Because again, you're trying to push Kalisto and Ryback and stuff, but you're not giving that chance by putting them on the quick pre-show. It's a good match, it's alright. Kalisto retained, which I'm good because I want him built up as a character, and I think he's really quite awesome. So yeah, good standard match. Usos vs Dudleys, standard match, nothing out of the ordinary there really. Usos won it, so I had a feeling that's going to be the case anyway. Team Divas versus Team Bad and Blonde. Could not give a shit about this match if I'm perfectly honest. No offense to the girls on it, because like people like Paige on there, you know, they're pretty awesome. Couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest. I think I went for a piss. I think it was Team Divas that won it, obviously, because it's going to get good ratings for the show, which is awful as well. Now the last thing that happened on the pre-show, although I think it was the pre-show, is Lita. She came out, had a bit of an announcement, and there and then they decided they're doing away with the Divas title and they're bringing back the Women's Championship with a brand new belt, which is just like the WWE Championship but white and red, and it's pretty damn awesome to be honest. I'm so happy they've finally done this. They've given these girls the push. They're actually making it more credible. They're calling them superstars, not divas. They're doing away with it. I'm so happy they're doing that, and it really pushes in to the triple threat later on in the pay-per-view, and it's awesome. The girls are finally getting their due. So on to Mania. The first match was the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship, which is held by Kevin Owens. Awesome match, so many like amazing moments. Sami Zayn jumping through ladders and all this kind of stuff. People taking loads of different bumps. It was incredible. The storyline between Owens and Zayn was just really well. But the shocker of it, and it was awesome. Zack Ryder is your new champion. Awesome, absolutely incredible. I'm so happy they've finally given him that title and they pushed him finally, because I would have thought it would have either been Owens retaining or Zayn taking the title and it'd be a feud there, but no, they've gone with Zack Ryder, and I pray to God that he doesn't lose it the next night on Raw. I pray that that doesn't happen, because oh God, I don't want that. I want this guy being pushed. He's always awesome, he's always got potential, but they never did anything. They finally gave him his moment. It came out of nowhere. It was a good match and it was a good end. Next was Y2J versus AJ Styles. Standard match, but awesome. Just these two are so good at their craft. They do so well in the ring. Really played off each other really well. Epic fight. Only problem is I would say that Jericho winning was not a good idea in my opinion. I feel like Jericho doesn't need to prove anything. He should be putting over the younger talent. They should be putting over AJ Styles, because he's now in the WWE and giving that push of beating Jericho at Mania. Is, you know, one of his Mania moments is an awesome thing. But no, they went with Jericho. So it was a good match, not really a great outcome if I'm honest. Although we did get the Styles clash twice, so yeah. Now, New Day versus League of Nations. This match was originally for the tag team titles, but they decided to do away with that for some stupid reason. I think it's down to the fact that the League of Nations won it, to be honest. It was an average match, it was alright, it's pretty good. The intro for New Day was awesome. They had a massive box of bootios that they just came out of in Dragon Ball Z attire for some strange reason. It was hilarious, it was awesome, it was gyrator and all that kind of stuff, the usual dancing and that there. I love New Day, I've just become an absolute lover of them. It was a good match, but I feel like they should have won it really. But it kind of plays into something else straight after that. Yeah, as soon as that's done, the League of Nations are standing up saying there's no team that can beat me, and then Shawn Michaels comes out, Mick Foley comes out, and Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin comes out. They made their way down to the ring, the place is buzzing, absolutely buzzing. Came down, clear house, stunners, sweet chin music, Socko, absolutely awesome stuff. Then the New Day get up, they start to get like Foley and HBK getting to dance, and then they start to get Austin, he's doing that, and he's staring at Xavier, and he's just like, no. As soon as Xavier turns back around, boom, stunner, loads of beer out, drinking and everything. It was awesome, a great pop for those three. I'm so happy that Austin was there at some point. It was brilliant. The next one was Dean versus Lesnar. This is the no holds barred street fight match. Now this was one of the ones I was really looking forward to, and I came away a little bit underwhelmed, if I'm completely honest. There were some good bits in it, there were some chairs involved, there was a few bits and bobs here and there involved, but overall the match was only 15 minutes long. He didn't get to use the chainsaw properly, got it out but never got used. He had the barbed wire baseball bat, got it out but didn't use it, and in the end Lesnar beat him by F5ing him onto a load of chairs. Now I don't mind Lesnar winning because he is a beast, but I would have thought that maybe this time they would have gone with Ambrose. With it being a street fight and he's got weapons to use against Lesnar, I would have thought they would have gone with him and really pushed this guy, because we all love him and we all want him pushed. But no, Lesnar came out, did his thing, picked up his paycheck and fucked off. So, and the match was not long enough. And I heard that apparently that was due to time constraints and other things going over, that they cut that short. I'm sorry, you don't cut that short, you cut fucking Rock's promo short. You know what I mean? I don't care about Rock's promo because it doesn't add up to anything. It doesn't measure up to anything. It doesn't matter anymore. It's just there to get people a cheap pop. Focus on Lesnar and Ambrose, make it a bit longer. The women's triple threat, awesome. Hats off, girls, honestly. Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks and Charlotte, you did an incredible job there. One of the first times I was generally interested in a women's championship match at WrestleMania. Fixating on the screen, great moments, great moves, great chemistry. I would have preferred Becky to win because I love Becky, but I thought Sasha was definitely going to do it, but then it was Charlotte that ended up retaining, and obviously going off with the new women's championship instead of Divas championship. Awesome. I mean, it was a great match. They did it really well. I think it was good 15, maybe 17 minutes long. Good, nice amount of them, and it was brilliant. Everyone was really into this match, and I'm really happy to see where this is going to go, because the girls are taking over at the moment. They're doing so well. One of the best matches of the night, guaranteed. The next match, Shane O'Mac versus The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. Oh my god, this was awesome. It was so good. If I'm completely honest, Shane carried this match. He absolutely carried it. Taker was good, he did all his usual stuff and everything. He was, Taker's always good. He's always good in the ring regardless. But Shane carried this. He was awesome. He was so good. And just all the things that were going on, it was all done really well. There was loads of different moments that were just done awesomely. And the biggest moment, I mean, I honestly didn't think he was going to do this. We thought maybe he could, but we didn't think he actually would do it. He climbed up to the top of the cage and jumped down to land on Taker on the announce table, but Taker moved out of the way at the very last second, completely fucked him up. But fuck me, what a pop. Everyone was buzzing, they were screaming at the top of their voices. It was incredible. And unfortunately, Taker won. I don't think Taker should have won this, really. I think the whole dynamic and the build-up and everything, it should have been Shane to win this, because I don't want this to be one of those things where Shane comes in, loses, and then just leaves as if nothing ever happened, like it was like a favour he did for his dad because Cena couldn't make this match. So, yeah, I don't think Taker should have won this, but God, it was an epic match. I just pray that they're going to keep Shane and he's going to move forward in some kind of capacity into the company. I don't want him just leaving, because this guy, he's a lot better looking, he looks fit, he looks ready to go, and honestly I think he's got potential to do more damage in the WWE again. I hope that he stays. To be honest, I would have liked Vince coming out, to be honest, and getting involved in the match in some way, but he didn't, to be honest. I would have liked it as someone that mentioned it on a podcast of some kind on YouTube about Vince coming out and shouting, "You're my bitch" and everything to Taker, and then Taker just goes like that, lies down and puts Shane down over the top, counts 1, 2, 3 and gets rid of Vince ultimately. I think that would have been a pretty awesome way to do it, but never mind, it was still a kick-ass match. The Battle Royal. Originally I think it was from the pre-show, but they put it up here because ideally I think they're probably going to use this as the piss break, to be honest. Standard stuff. Damien Sandow got a bit of a pop, but then he was quickly chucked over. One of the really weird things is Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq was there for some reason. I don't know why. He just came out, and then him and Big Show got eliminated anyway, and he just walked off together. Everyone bits back and forth got eliminated. It was kind of standard, to be honest. But the winner of the Battle Royale was Baron Corbin from NXT, another big bloke. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that, because it's pushing a new person, and I think that's a good pop for him. I think that's a good investment on moving him forward as a character. Definitely a good idea. So I'm glad that it didn't just go to someone random. It went to someone they can do something with it. Totally fine with it. Now, the next segment that went on for a good 20 minutes at least was the Rock segment. last time he came out last year, and it was cool, it was awesome with Ronda Rousey, but it didn't lead to anything, and that's why I was worried about this time. And again, it didn't lead to anything. He came out, music and everything, then he came out with a flamethrower and lighted this word rock in fire. So out of character to me, just didn't like that. Came down, talked about the setting the attendance record. Then the Wyatt family came out and go, oh, is this interesting? Are they going to get Rock and Wyatt's to feud maybe, or something like that? No, they came out, he gets his gear off, he pins Rowan in 6 seconds, setting another new record, which I don't know what that is. Then Cena comes out, because apparently he's cleared now. I didn't think he was cleared, I thought he was still freaking injured. They team up, take on the Wyatts, knock them down, and then that's it. They stand at the top of the thing cheering, blah, 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 and that's it. And it's just a cheap pop, not interested in it. And once again, the credibility of the Wyatt family is just going down and down and down. And it just did nothing for me. It was just cheap pops, to be honest. I didn't agree with it. It was just, you're happy to spend all that time doing that kind of crap and not lead up to anything, but you're happy to cut Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar a little bit short. You know what I mean? It's just, I'll put Kalisto right back on pre-show. Just shouldn't have done it. Ridiculous. Main event, Reigns versus Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Alright, it was an alright match, just a standard regular match, back and forth, here we go. You know, stuff through the barricade, that kind of stuff. Another good bit, to be honest, was at one point Reigns goes to spear Triple H and then spears Steph by accident, and she fucking took that hit. It wasn't like it was a light spear. She got broken in half, and awesome. I'm totally fine with that. I thought that was a cool thing to do. It, you know, buzzed it up a little bit, but to be perfectly honest, no one was interested in Reigns winning this match. Everyone was cheering Triple H as the heel, and everybody was booing Reigns. No matter what you will see on other little things, people were booing ridiculously amounts. I don't care whether Vince ends up putting a little thing over the top to make it sound like you can't really hear it, but there was loads of boos. At the end of it, it was Triple H. He lost clean to Roman Reigns, and now he's the champion, and they stuck to their guns, which I admire to a point, but it's not the right way to go. If you were going to have Reigns win, you should have had to turn him heel, I reckon, just to get that extra pop, or have Triple H retain. He won clean, staying as a face, and the boos were thunderous, and it literally, that's how it went off air, booing. And that is a shame, because it leaves a bitter aftertaste in your mouth with this pay-per-view, because overall this pay-per-view was pretty good, and just having it end like that, they even played the music kind of extra loud, having like fireworks and all this kind of stuff going off like they usually do, but you could hear that they were trying to tone down the boos by overlapping it with something else. And it's ridiculous. It's the kind of, no, this isn't happening, no, blah, blah, and it's not right. It's a standard match, standard win, and just a really bad way to go off air at the end of WrestleMania. It is a shame. So overall, this pay-per-view, it was a good pay-per-view. There's a lot of great moments in it. There's a couple of things I didn't really like, and unfortunately, the last match was just, you know, a disappointment for the final match, to be perfectly honest. It should have been Shane Taker as the last match. Absolutely, it should have been the last match. A couple of core disappointments, but mainly a damn good pay-per-view, to be honest. And I think it's only fair that I give it 4 stars. So that's what I thought of WWE WrestleMania 32 pay-per-view. What did you think of the pay-per-view? Make sure you tell me down in the comments or send me an email. You can also find me on the various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerdbites anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos. And keep a lookout for podcast 4. Will be coming in about a week or so, and we'll go in more depth about WrestleMania with Josh Jones. And keep it nerdy.